Hey guys, we are doing Minnesota hot takes today. One of the most controversial opinions. We've come to the biggest beer festival in Minnesota, the Winter Beer Dabbler, to find out. Nick, what is your Minnesota hot take?
Juicy Lucy's are overrated.
Whoa!
I don't care that the cheese is inside the patty. It's all the same.
That is what really teaches you about Minnesota cold, I feel like. Burns off the layers of skin on the roof of your mouth.
If you need the cheese to be molten hot and burn your mouth, then yeah.
The Ren Fest is better than the state fair. You spend too much money, it's too hot, there's too many people at the Ren Fest. You dress up, you're engulfed with all of this atmosphere that is Renaissance.
How much does the chicken leg cost at the Ren Fest?
Like $7.
Everyone is super Minnesota nice, but the worst drivers and very mean on the road.
Wow! Where do you see the worst drivers? At what part of the road?
I'm from St. Cloud. St. Cloud.
St. Cloud is the worst. My hot take is that the worst is the zipper merge.
The Minnesotans don't know how to merge.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And they slow down so much on the on-ramp. What are they doing?
That's the Minnesota nice. They're trying to let everyone else in. You got to stake a claim.
Prince is overrated.
Whoa! What? He's in the ground right now, and that's what you were saying. Have you watched the full movie of Purple Rain?
The full movie I have not.
Okay, you need to go take a gummy or 3, watch Purple Rain, and it will change your perspective entirely. You got Prince in a big purple hog. He's with Apollonia, and he says with the seriousness of a man about to perform heart surgery, let's go cleanse our spirits in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. Watch that and then come back to me and tell me that Prince is not a golden god.
I am from Wisconsin, and it's tater tot casserole, not hot dish.
Wow, tater tot casserole. But you also say that those Wisconsin old fashions are old fashions, and they are just like sugary water with a bit of whiskey, aren't they?
Drink an old-fashioned press, which is light on the seltzer, and it's more of the brandy.
Can we just take a moment for this hot take to appreciate Wisconsin for a moment? Because never have I been to a small town before where everybody just takes their money out of their wallet, leaves it at the bar, and just drinks all night, plays pool, and when they're done, like the bartender just sees and they just take the money away, and then they just trust that it's going to be a fair transaction.
Yeah, that's what we do.
You guys live in like a utopian society where there's ultimate trust. What's that about?
We do. I don't know, that's just us Wisconsin people.
Surly is a terrible brewery nowadays. Surly has gone downhill since Todd Haig left.
Wow, Surly, the reason that we are here today because of the Surly bill.
Surly is trying to finally be Summit. They are, but they're doing a bad job at it.
What is the best brewery? Pick one.
I'm going to go Shells.
Shells, I like it.
Sweet Martha's cookies are trash.
Whoa!
They're only good because they're warm. Any cookie you eat is good when it's warm. You ever eaten those the day after? You go into the bucket and they're the most rock hard, fall apart, crumble. No, not good.
Sweet Mother's cookies are like that hot girl guy at the bar at 2 a.m. when you've had 6 beers.
100%. What your last resort is, and you're not paying $28 for a bucket of cookies.
You can tell how much they value the cookies by how many spill just when you get them, right?
You're on the ground, you're walking all over them. That is how they should be treated.
A cookie is not meant to be served in a cone.
I agree. 100% agree.
A cookie is meant to be charged for by the cookie, not by the container that it is in.
No, I'm not just going there to buy the bucket. Like, I'd like a good cookie.
Yeah. Screw you, Sweet Martha's!
The Minnesota Vikings stole the Skol chant, and it's therefore unoriginal and uncool.
Hold on. You shut your face, but tell me why.
The Icelandic soccer team was the one that did it as a tradition every single year that they were at the any soccer tournament.
The Icelandic soccer team have an 80,000 seat wondrous US Bank Stadium, best in the country, to do a Skol chant on? Is it anything like US Bank Stadium?
I'm not saying that the stadium itself and having everyone do that is cool. However, it's unoriginal.
Mercedes, what is your Minnesota hot take?
My Minnesota hot take is the Nook is the original home of the Juicy Lucy.
100% agree. The Matt's Juicy Lucy, it's like a lovely 1950s burger.
Yeah.
It's itty bitty. You go to the Nook, it's like a hunk of burger.
Yeah, Matt's it's cute. You know,
Cute is what?
it's cute. It's nice for a beginner, but you got to go to the Nook.
Once you're a man, you go to the Nook.
Exactly. You don't walk before you run.
Duck, duck, gray duck is based on bullshit.
Your argument is that Minnesotans should be like everyone else. Let's go to Duck Duck Goose.
Yeah, and I say this, I do have to admit, full disclaimer, I am from Iowa.
Boo! Get your Iowa culture out of here, man.
Minnesotans aren't that nice.
Minnesota nice is Minnesota passive aggressive, and they kind of suck at including people in their friend groups. I say this as someone who grew up here, trying to improve every day.
Yes, honestly. Yeah.
That was the most Minnesota answer ever. Do you agree with this? Minnesotans are nice? Oh, maybe, no, yes, no. Minnesota nice is not nice is my favorite hot take. You know, we won't do anything for you except invite you over for dinner.
Right. Or like, I will tell you about all the things I'll invite you to, but I'll never actually give you that invite. Like, cause that's a line that makes me like really uncomfortable.
You know what the best way to do Minnesota nice is? Go over, knock on your neighbor's door, ask for an egg because you're making cookies and you forgot. They'll give you the egg because they're Minnesota nice, but that's the end of the relationship.
You will never talk to that person again.
In defense of the Minnesota not so nice, one thing I love is the passive aggressive niceness with shoveling driveways. Because the way that people will like just shovel your driveway, not say anything about it, and it's an unspoken like, I'm just being a nice guy, but also everyone remembers that they have a one-up on you now.
We will both know that you remember this moment.